tractor on the farm. My tractor. This tractor primarily does tillage. Alrighty guys, today is the big new tech day. Those guys should be here shortly. So this is the last time you'll see this looking like this with these 3+1. And they're gonna be here for 2 days doing this stuff, I think. We have a very busy farming day. Planting potatoes. I'm going to be disking with the log where Shane plowed yesterday, and Shane's going to be doing some soil conditioner fumigation for Potato Hills. So, and then we have dry fertilizer hopefully showing up at the end of the week, I think. But back to new tech. Okay, so I can't be here today while they do this stuff. We're all going to be busy. Oh yeah, so that day when I was welding, that was fun. I really enjoyed that. That day when Derek was here, and he's got this welded on here. And this is where the extension part is going to be, and then see how this is hanging over. This is going to be hanging over here now. So there's going to be a lot less room on this side here, but that's fine. It shouldn't matter at all. But yeah, so that's exciting. Cool. All right. Well, I'm going to go see what Shane's doing. He had to move the log this morning and the skid steer, and yeah, time to get to work. Ooh, fun. All right, well, you guys have fun.
Okay.
See you later. I got to go disc. Okay, I'm out of here. I gotta go. Dave's ready to go, and I need to be there and doing things before Dave gets there. That's not gonna work well. Okay. I feel like this is gonna be the most tractors in this field ever. Maybe not, but most I've seen. A lot of moving parts going today. Okay, so disking that plowed ground is what I'm doing. The log should be here somewhere. I didn't see it, but it's probably over here somewhere. There's the log, great. Can back right up to that. Plows there. Planters here already. Fertilizers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tractors here. Alright, I gotta park somewhere where I'm not in the way, which is gonna be over here in this field. What a beautiful day. I think it's supposed to be like 70s today. Yesterday was not so nice, but it was nice. The afternoon turned out being really nice. I stayed out until like 8 o'clock yesterday. I was just playing around with the horses and playing around with my setup, which I'll show you guys horses soon. That's nice. That's coming out really good. supposed to look like. Not supposed to have a ridge in the field, but it has a lot to do with the equipment, the soil conditions, you know, how dry it is. This is good though. This is how I like this to look. All right, so I will start with my tractor, the 8320. So this is probably, third newest tractor on the farm. My tractor. This tractor primarily does tillage, and I'm ripping with this and using the disc. Pretty much always has the duals on it, and it's a pretty good tractor. When we first got it, it had a very broken hood, and we had issues with the radiator, but we replaced that, and I think this thing has like 285 horsepower or something like that. Does a good job pulling the disc, does a good job with tillage for sure. And then we have Shane's tractor with the 8310. This is Shane's favorite tractor, and she doesn't have any bells or whistles. Mine really doesn't either, but mine's a little bit newer than this one. I couldn't tell you the exact date on these tractors, but this one still has a metal hood, so you know it's good. This tractor primarily does plowing, and this tractor also does some tillage too, so sometimes we'll have both mine and his going with tillage. Most of the time does not have the duals on because this is like the plowing tractor. So I think that we have like 11 tractors on the farm, and that's including the two older ones. Okay, so that's what's going on with those tractors. Ray's out planting. I'll show his tractor in a little bit. We're gonna go look at these two. Yeah, we've talked about doing like a formal, tour of all the equipment on the farm, but it just never happens. So I think maybe if we're not irrigating like we were last year, we'll go around and we'll show you guys everything we got. Okay, so we're kind of lucky because we have enough tractors that a lot of tractors have, one implement that stays on them for a long time. And these two tractors here are older tractors on the farm, but they're good tractors. We got the 7700 and the 7800. And right now we have the Hiller on the 7700. And this Spudnik Hiller, 4-row Hiller, is going to stay on this tractor until we're done with our last spreading of dry fertilizer, which should be another month or so sometime in June. That'll be when the potatoes have just popped out of the ground. And then we got the 7800. And right now the 7800 is the only tractor that the Salford can be behind. This tractor has some issues with the hydraulics, but I think Shane got some of it figured out. But yeah, it's not ideal, but it's good enough. And then this is going to stay on here until we're done with dry fertilizer. And I don't think either of these tractors pump water right now. We have a couple other tractors that are pretty much dedicated to pumping water. And we've got the Ford 8000, and then we have the John Deere 4000. And I'm sure there's another tractor that I'm missing, but oh yeah, the one Shane is using right now. So that tractor is the only one on the farm that has auto steer with that GPS system, and we do sweet corn planting with that, and we do fumigation with that. Trying to think of what else we do with that tractor. It stays busy with, the corn planter because we're planting sweet corn every 10 days to 2 weeks for 2 months to get all those plantings in. And then during this time when we're finishing up fumigation, or in the fall, we're also using it then for fumigation. And then the newest tractor is Ray's tractor, and it's not brand new, it's used. So I think that the 7700 is the tractor that Ray used to plant potatoes with and cultivate and windrow with. But now he's got this other tractor. I can't remember the number of it, so I'll show you guys that when he gets over here. But now he's got a nicer tractor to do that stuff with. And we don't need GPS to plant potatoes because we make those rows, those hills with the GPS, and he just has to drive down the rows, and your tractor pretty much stays in line where it needs to be. Oh, so once upon a time, somebody dumped a swimming pool liner here, and we're still finding pieces of this. This is over a decade ago. Microplastics, people. Plastics do not go away. They just break up and they stay. I am not a fan of plastic. It is hard in this world where everything is made of plastic, but so the planter's empty. When he gets here, I'll show you filling the planter. I'm probably gonna do a different video on actual potato planting because this is kind of just improv here. All right, 7830. So this tractor pulls the potato planter. This tractor also will pull the rolling cultivators and will do the windrower. I'm sure I'm missing stuff, but to the best of my knowledge. Brian was just telling me he watches the tank on the front of the tractor and he can tell whether, Ray can go down and back or if he's just going to go down and came back. So last time when he went, he didn't have enough to come back. So filling up with fertilizer, filling up with seed. Candy boxes look good. Yeah. So it looks like we're probably going to have the rest of today and a good chunk of the morning to get planting done and fumigating. Getting nice out now. Yeah, it is. All right, so we've been working all day over here. Shane's in this tractor, I'm in my tractor, and Ray's over there planting potatoes. So we got a little more work to do before the day is done, but I'm gonna end this video here. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.